know anyone who likes to boast a lot? Maybe he boasts about what a fast runner he is, or maybe she boasts about what beautiful long hair she has, or what nice new shoes she has. How does it make you feel when you hear someone boasting about what they have or how they look? Does it make you a bit annoyed? Maybe it makes you wish something would happen to make this person a little humbler. Hello everyone, I'm Kathleen Pelly. Welcome to Journey with Story. Today's story is an Encore episode, a Native American folktale about a possum who is so proud of his tail that he can't stop boasting about it. Let's see how that turns out for him. Oh, and since all of our American listeners just celebrated their special holiday on July the 4th, Independence Day, this is a perfect story for them because, of course, the possum can be found in many, many, many parts of America. Before we begin, we want to give a huge shout out to Hannah Lydia, who recently became a Unicorn Patreon subscriber. Thank you so much, Hannah. I hope you're enjoying the signed copy of my book, The Giant King, that you received as one of your unicorn gifts. Remember, you can find out more options for our Patreon subscribers at www.journeywithstory.com. Oh, one more important announcement for all of you story lovers, and in particular for those of you who might like stories about knights and princesses. I recently had one of my stories published in Cricket magazine, and if you want to read it, you can just go to www.kathleenpelly.com and you'll find it posted there, along with some wonderful illustrations. It's called Ned the Knock-Kneed Knight. Enjoy. Now, let's take an encore journey with Why the Possum Has a Skinny Tail. Many, many, many years ago, the possum had a long, bushy tail. He was so proud of it that he combed it every morning. He sang about it whenever the animals held a dance. The rabbit, who had no tail since the bear pulled it out, became very jealous. She made up her mind to play a trick on the possum. A great council meeting had been planned. There was to be a dance and all the animals were to be present. It was the rabbit's task to send out the news to everyone. As the rabbit was passing the possum's house, she stopped to ask him whether he would attend the dance. The possum said yes, but he would come only if he could have a special seat. "I have such a handsome tail," he said. "I ought to sit where everybody can see me." The rabbit promised to take care of the possum's special seat. She also promised to send someone to prepare the possum's tail for the dance. The possum was very much pleased and agreed to attend. The rabbit immediately went off to see the cricket. Now, the cricket was such an expert hair cutter, the Indians called him the barber. The rabbit told the cricket to go the next morning and get the possum's tail ready for the dance. She told the cricket exactly what to do. In the morning, the cricket went to the possum's house. "I have come to get you ready for the dance, possum," he said. This pleased the possum very much. He stretched himself out and shut his eyes. The cricket began to work on the possum's tail. First, he carefully combed it. Then he quietly began to clip the possum's hair close to the roots. As he clipped, the cricket wrapped red ribbon around the tail to hold the loose hair in place. The possum, eyes tightly shut, didn't know what the cricket was doing. When night fell, the possum went to the hall where the dance was to be held. There he found the best seat was ready for him, just as the rabbit had promised. When the possum's turn came to dance, he stepped into the middle of the floor, grinning from ear to ear. The drummers began to drum, and the possum began to sing, "See, my beautiful beautiful tail!" Everyone shouted. This pleased the possum, so he danced around the circle again and he sang, "See what a fine colour my tail is!" And everyone shouted again, and the possum danced around the circle once more, and as he danced he sang, "See how my tail sweeps the ground!" The animals shouted more loudly than before. The possum was delighted. Now, to really show off his fur, he untied the ribbon, then around and around he danced, singing, "See how fine is the fur on my tail!" Suddenly, everybody started to laugh. They laughed so long that the possum wondered why they were laughing. He looked around the circle of animals. They were laughing at him. Then he looked down at his tail. He saw that there was not a hair left upon it. It was as bare as the tail of a lizard. He was so surprised and embarrassed that he could not say a word. Instead, he rolled over helplessly on his back, grimacing with embarrassment, just as possums still do today when taken by surprise. Well, I bet you know the story souvenir of this story, don't you? Yes, quite simply, it is not a good idea to be a boaster for all kinds of reasons, but most of all because it usually will not end well for you. Remember, if you haven't already done so, do take a moment to rate, review and share this podcast with others. Cheerio then. Join me next time for Journey with Story. Music and post-production was by Colette Jonas.